Alright, right here we have what I think is a Predator 420cc engine. Came from Princess Auto, which is our Canadian equivalent of Harbor Freight. My neighbor picked it up for cheap, under 10 bucks. And he said that the carburetor was leaking. But I don't see it. It's got fuel. But the first thing I'm going to do, because it's a 420cc engine, I want to fix this key. So I'm just taking the back off, and if I can mount a switch or something on there instead of a key, that'd be really cool, eh? Because right now there's no key to operate that. Even if we can get that to operate with a screwdriver, right? So let's just, you guys can look down at us here, and we'll turn this half sideways, and let's have a look. Oh yeah. Okay. It's just right there, you can see inside there, it's just a 2-wire deal. The blue touches the brown and it goes around and around. And then when the engine catches, you release the key. So have I got something like that? Even, oh man. So the ones I have all catch and stay on. This one doesn't, but that hole is not square, right? This one turns on, it's just like turning on an ignition to a coil or something. Furnace alert! And this one is the same. Although we could, you know. And I think this one is the same too. So these are steady ons. And what we want is just like da 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 da. So I'm going to look into my hoard a little bit closer and we'll see. Alright, I've hooked our little engine up to my second tractor battery, and I use wing nuts on the studs. Do you see that? Just because you can move them around easy. And no, this is not an example of my ill-spent youth. I never even stole bubble gum from the store when I was a kid. Can you believe that? So we're kind of jammed for space here right now, but I've got the lock. Can you see that? I got the spark plug disconnected, and I got my lock pick here. This is just a piece of MIG wire, or no, a piece of old governor arm from a Tecumseh, and I'm going to just see if I can make this turn on and off. We disconnected on the starter. It's not turning over, right? So now, this is just like an old Volkswagen now. The grounds are connected, the hot is on the starter. This lead goes to the key. Okay, maybe this 5 amp fuse is no good. So I'm just going to connect them together. We should be able to do that with a chunk of wire, shouldn't we? So I'm just going to short out the breaker. Now it should turn over. Where's my little Saturday night key here? Alright guys, what we need to do to make this turn over is to get 12 volts onto the solenoid right there. So that is our switch. And this other side of the switch goes to the breaker that's resettable right here. The rest of the wiring we're going to leave on the key. We're going to put this little switch in there to see if this will turn the engine over. So the 12 volts comes from the breaker on the black lead through the switch and over to the solenoid. Maybe you can see from back here. right? So I don't have a key. And yes, I can get a key. I've tried, with some success, to use this key, but it's just, there it is. So that's cool. So now we're going to turn this whole rig around. We're going to have a quick look at this fuel. See? It was happening. I was getting excited, and then I started to walk in front of the camera. And you guys are in a great spot. I'm just going to see what kind of gasoline is in this thing. Well, there's chunks coming out of it. Looks like about springtime fuel. I don't really want to suck any of that into Lion. And I should be able to suck all that gas out of there with the crud. Good. Now how much of the crud did I get? Not all of it. So what I'm going to do is filter this just through a rag, pour it back in there and do that a couple of times, and then I'll come back. Alright, typical me, I'm doing a couple of things at once. But the goal here is to get this thing running. I'm going to drain the crappy fuel out of the carb now. We're going to see if it's any different than what we took out of the tank. Just put her in and drain it out. Let's see, get rid of this and this and this. The loose gas. Yeah, I wish I had a key for that switch, eh? It should stop dripping real soon. Then I'm going to put the bolt back in. It's dripping right there. And there's no gas left in the tank, so it's just the line that's draining now. Should I look inside that bowl? Yes. Doesn't take long to pop a bowl off, right? It's pretty good. Look at that, eh? Right on. And I'm just going to sneaky dookie a squirty up. For you small engine guys that haven't got it started yet, this is a good thing because it shoots carb spray straight up. I'm going to go right into that emulsion tube. And then I'm just going to stick a wire up through the... This is cheating 101, guys. Hey, did you hear that the guy at the circus that gets shot out of the cannon? They had to fire him because they wanted a man a higher caliber. That should, you know what, if we're lucky, that'll do it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, put a little more gas in there now from the fresh gas. Just a little bit. It's going to start leaking right away, don't worry about it. Good. There we go, girly girl. Got a steady pee coming out of there. Shut that off. We might have her. Now I'm going to put this bowl seal back on. It's going to start. Get rid of this gas. Now I should be able to just about start this thing with the electric. So now, the trick is to wipe up the leftover fuel. You don't need any excitement more than we have, right? And I'm just going to use this key and cobble. It's the one key with the funny looking thing in it. So it runs, guys. Got kind of crazy there at the end. Well, I'm using a different one, but okay, there is off and out. And when you turn, well, it's tricky, but it's got to be just right, eh? The wrong key. There, when you turn to that position, it takes the ground off the coil, and then when you turn it one more, it activates the starter. I don't think it's leaking. Let's choke it a little bit. Can you guys see everything that I'm doing over there? Gas is on, choke is on, so it should start right up. I haven't even taken the plug out yet. Okay, it should fire up and start shaking all over the place. Well, it doesn't get much better than that for a half hour of work, eh? Hope I wasn't in the way. I'm going to check that. Okay. Where are we? Come here, my friend. So this is how stuff was designed when I worked back in the day. If you had a bolt and a nut, the nut was smaller than, the bolt was smaller than the nut, and you could put the two together with the same set of wrenches. Things aren't engineered like that anymore. Now I don't want to be the old guy that says, they're not doing like that anymore. But you know what? They're not doing like that anymore. Okay. I just need a 9/16. Switch direction. Good. This table, I tell you, is perfect for this. It's better than clamping it. Oh, have I got that on the inside? Yes, I do. I'm going to move that to the outside. Okay, let the gas go. Getting a minute. I've just about had it with this job. Okay, my friends, we are ready, except for an oil change, I think. I cleaned the air filter, cleaned the plug. We have throttle. I've bolted it down to the table. It's going to jimmy and shake a little bit. Oh, don't like the sound of that. Key broke now? Yep. Oh, I see. So we need a new key. Ah. Okay. Another day. All right. Don't laugh at me. By using this key, and this picture of a Honda ignition key, I'm going to cut. This isn't right, but it's got the right dimensions on the end there, and then on that. Right, I can hold it just the right way. I've got my scribes marked. I just got to pay attention, and I'm going to cut this baby with a grinder. No gasoline around. Let's go. I think I might have to go this way first. We'll cut her off lengthwise. You with me? Yep. Step one. Yes. Yes, I can order one. But it takes 4 days, which isn't bad, really. Now, the end of the key has a fairly long tail. Might have gone too far. How am I going to do that? Oh, that's wrong. That's why you wear safety glasses, right? Went a little too far there. It's getting hot. Yahoo! Well. Excuse me. Okay, she's a hot. Okay, now I just got a little trimming to do, and we'll see if we have a rough working key. You guys getting this? That might work, you know. Road King, the file is your friend. Okay, it's starting to look more like our picture. Let's see if we're anywhere near close. I'm yelling because I have earplugs in. Battery's not connected. I like it. A little more filing to do now. Close things up. I want to tape this edge down. On and on, I'll come back. Alright, here we go. The test. So this is the key that I took a picture off of the internet, and if you look, it's pretty, how are we going to line this up? It's pretty close, except it should be a little thicker in this base part here. So I'm going to make another one, but Lord grant me patience, but hurry. So let's just see if she goes. And I want to see if we're charging the battery. We're at 12.54. We'll see if this thing's got a stator in it. Choke. Gas is on. 3/4 throttle. It should start. You ready? It's a little loosey-goosey, eh? That was cool. So anybody in engineering will tell you that a prototype, I'm not an engineer by the way, I'm a technologist. 2 years of training, not 12. It was the 3rd year of grade 3 that did me in, right? So I think I've got the material to do this. Right there. And there, and I want a thicker, I should almost use spray paint, eh? I want a thicker area. Whoop. I want a thicker area in the upper neck, and by looking at my picture, it looks just a tickety-spickety bit too long. Whoa! Right there. So let's do this. I'm going to put a few things away now. Okay, we're making number 2. Okay, let's cut this off right here. So anyway, first cut, got a ways to go. You don't have to watch it, it'll be the same act as before, just a little more refined, we hope. Okay, I'm gonna go get the owner. Okay, what is that, 16 after 3? Once again, mayhem. We'll set you up right here. There. Old motor. There's a little, oh, exactly 15 minutes. That's fun, huh? To me.